Hi, I got another batch of colors here for the Angelus Leather Dye Series. I'm going to go with a tan version. I've got honey, English tan, suntan, and tan. So we'll line these up. I've never used these before, but I got a request to do the honey, so we'll start with that first. And I've got a figured piece of wood and a plain piece of maple. Ran out of the smaller strips of wood, so got to go with a little bit bigger. And I was not expecting that for honey. It's almost a brown and yellow mix. Let's try this on the plain piece. That is a different color, not what I was expecting at all. But I do know that will look outstanding sanded back. Alright, so that's the honey. Move next to tan. And that's what I would expect tan to look like. Sort of a orange yellow. A really bright color. That might be my favorite color I have done yet. It is incredibly vibrant. Go next with suntan. Assuming this would be a little bit more orange or reddish. Essentially 2 coats. Very light. Almost like a bronze. This would be great as like an accent after you've sanded back and you just want a light color. And then let's look like English tan. And I've never used English tan, so let's see what this looks like. Looks like a dark brown and red coming out. Wow. That is vibrant as well. That is cool. It's darker than tan. Maybe a little bit more red and brown in it. And this looks outstanding on maple. I don't think any of these look like vintage maple, but very cool. So we'll let this dry for about 24 hours, come back, sand it off, hit it with some naphtha. This is honey, tan, suntan, and English tan. And in the figured piece of wood, these look outstanding. So we'll let this dry, come back, see what it looks like. Alright, so letting this stuff dry for 24 hours. Again, the honey is just an odd sort of yellow and brown. I don't like it in the plain. It looks pretty good in the figured. The tan looks really cool. The suntan is a really light, like a diluted light brown. I think it'd be great if you sand back with the color and add this over as sort of a light way of adding color after you sand back. And then the English tan is like a reddish brown, and it's really, really neat. Just a very cool color. So what we'll do is we'll sand back with the sander and then hit it with naphtha. So I still think the tan and the English tan and even the suntan look really cool in the figured piece. It's amazing how much was sanded out relatively quickly of the suntan. So you got some naphtha. That actually looks pretty cool. Just sort of the dark and the light combined. And that is a really, really neat color. I really like the tan. Definitely say the English tan and tan are my favorites out of this. I would then use suntan as a sort of lighter color over a sanded back darker color. Honey is interesting. I'd have to find a specific use for it. This might be like a yellow Joe Perry Boneyard, something along those lines, because it's got a little bit of a mix of colors. Alright, so there you go, guys. We got honey, tan, suntan, and English tan. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next vid.